Michael in Ontario, thanks for waiting.
Hey, Michael, you still there?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Oh, we thought you fell asleep.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
We
So basically,
we are technically past the end of the show, so you waited so patiently. I wanted to try and get to your comment. So go ahead.
You're right. Okay, my question was similar to that, but you guys answered it quite nicely. So I'm gonna ask like a separate question. It's gonna be quick.
Okay.
Okay, so I was gonna debate my mother regarding to like the immorality of the Bible and whatnot. So I got the Old Testament down, but how do I like go about the New Testament?
New Testament for what?
The immorality aspect of it, because I heard like earlier in the show you talked about how it's also immoral in the New Testament.
Sure.
I was wondering like points. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the easy nutshell. First of all, the Bible in the Old Testament condones slavery and gives explicit instructions about it. The New Testament doesn't ever change or correct that. Jesus actually should have said, hey, that thing about slavery, you all got that wrong, here's the correction. That correction doesn't exist. In fact, the only thing that Jesus does say is, slaves, obey your masters. The other thing is that the Old Testament is really the Jewish Bible, and the Jewish notion of the afterlife is well formed because the Old Testament and Jewish Bible don't talk about it very much. When you die, you slept with your fathers. There may be this idea that death was in fact the end. But the New Testament comes along and says that no, in fact, death is not the end. We are going to torture you forever or annihilate those people and have some good afterlife for somebody. What is how do they go about making sense of this? By God taking human form and sacrificing himself to satisfy his bloodlust and serve as a loophole for rules that if you were God, you'd think you could just forgive people, that you wouldn't need to kill yourself in a bloody mess. And this harkens back to the Old Testament thing of when you had to slaughter animals and God loved it. Now, granted, I like a good barbecue, but I'm not going to say that it's what you need to do for me to forgive you for not loving me enough. And the entirety of the New Testament compounds the mistakes of the Old Testament. It's not like Bible 2.0 where instead we've tried to claim the bugs are features and added more bugs. Now, you can go through, I would caution you, don't fall into the trap of looking for lists of Bible contradictions.
Okay.
Just go through, there's some good lists at infidels.org on the absurdities and immoral passages. Annotated Bible is another one where they'll have little icons, sorting things. But I talk about slavery all the time. All the time. Because there is no answer to that. And it is something that is people intuitively recognize as immoral. And they have to. If the Bible is the Word of God, they have to come up with something for that. They have to be able to say, oh, here's my justification.
It was different then.
But the thing is, they're offering you their justification, not God's justification, not the Bible's justification. There's no clarification.
Okay, yeah, that's good, yeah.
Ray Comfort, when he was on the show, and I tried slavery, his response was, he doesn't believe everything in the Bible. And if you find somebody who's willing to go down that route, the very next question is, how do you tell what you should believe and what you shouldn't believe? And if there is a God, and God, as it says, I think in Timothy, is not the author of confusion, why is this shit so confusing? Why can't God say, here are my 10 commandments. Thou shalt not own another human being as property. Thou shalt make every effort to treat everyone equally, regardless of gender, regardless of the racial construct that you're going to put on things. Where are those?
Right.
That's about all we got time for, Michael. I appreciate it. Hopefully that's helpful.
All right, thank you.